Jimmy Buffett was born in 1946 in Mississippi and grew up in Alabama. After college, he moved to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue a career as a country singer and released his first album in 1970. He gained a loyal following within a few years and broke into the mainstream with his sixth album containing the song Margaritaville. The 1977 hit became the namesake for Buffett's sprawling business ventures and more than 4 decades later entered the National Recording Registry. Buffett released 40 albums over the course of his career and toured frequently. He died in September of 2023 at the age of 76. I'm your host, James Shelton, and this is The Melody.
Student, now we're ready to share stories of melodies that fill the air. From rock and roll to soul and everything in between, we'll take you on a journey, it's a sonic dream. Welcome to the Melody Podcast, where music comes alive.
Singer and songwriter Jimmy Buffett was born James William Buffett on December 25, 1946 in Pascagoula, Mississippi. He grew up in Mobile, Alabama, where he attended Catholic high school. He left Mobile and eventually attended the University of Southern Mississippi, where he took up the guitar to meet women. After college, Buffett moved to Nashville to pursue a career as a country singer, but first worked as a journalist for Billboard magazine. After working with a cover band called the Now Generation, Buffett landed his first record contract in 1970. Later that year, he released his folk country debut, Down to Earth, followed by High Cumberland Jubilee, both of which went largely unnoticed. Mainstream musical success with Margaritaville. Having always been drawn to the sea, Buffett moved to the Key West in the early 1970s, where he adopted his trademark beachcombing personnel. Under his new disguise, he signed a contract with ABC Dunhill and put out white sport coat and a pink crustacean in 1973. With instant party hits like Why Don't We Get Drunk, Buffett gained a loyal following who appreciated the laid-back atmosphere of his live shows. Soon his fans started wearing Hawaii shirts, traveling Grateful Dead style to his shows and calling themselves the Parrot Heads. Buffett broke into the mainstream with his sixth album, 1977's Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, containing the enduring standard Margaritaville. He got the idea for the song after a night out while drinking margaritas at a bar in Austin, Texas. Initially scrawling on a cocktail napkin, Buffett finished the song later that day on his trip back to the Florida Keys and played it for the first time that night at a bar in Key West. It was his only top 10 song on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. His 1978 follow-up album, Son of a Sailor, featured another classic track, Cheeseburger in Paradise. As with Changes, the album went platinum within a year of release. After winning a lawsuit against Chi-Chi's restaurant chain that attempted to trademark a Margaritaville drink special, the business-savvy performer decided to capitalize on his beach bum image. In 1985, he opened a Margaritaville store in Key West. A restaurant followed 2 years later. Partnering with John Colon in 1990s accelerated the business with more restaurant openings and the launch of a tequila brand and Landshark beer. The Margaritaville name has since graced a beach apparel and footwear line. Casinos, a chain of bars, a radio station, a cruise ship, a musical, and more. Today there are 30 branded resorts and hotels across 9 states and 5 tropical countries. The New York Times and Bloomberg have reported the company's annual sales were $1.5 billion before the COVID-19 pandemic. Buffett's other entrepreneur pursuits included starting his own custom record labels, Margaritaville Records in 1992 and Mailboat Records in 1999, and writing several books. Margaritaville Records produced his two best-selling albums from 1990s, Fruitcakes in 1994 and Banana Wind in 1996. In the 2000s, collaborating with other big-name country artists proved successful. It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere with Alan Jackson earned a CMA Award for Vocal Event of the Year in 2003, as well as a Grammy nomination. The duo teamed again the next year for Hey Good Lookin' that also featured Clint Black, Kenny Chesney, Toby Keith, and George Strait. A second Grammy nod followed. Hey Good Lookin' was also the lead track on the 2004 License to Chill. It was Buffett's only #1 album on the Billboard 200. Buffett continued producing new records, including 2013 songs from Saint Somewhere and most recently Life on the Flip Side in 2020. In April of 2023, the Library of Congress inducted Margaritaville into the National Recording Registry. It is one of 625 preserved songs. Buffett and his Coral Reefer band played numerous concerts across the country every year up until the months before his death. Buffett died on September 1st, 2023 at the age of 76 at his home on Long Island, New York. A statement on his website said he had been undergoing treatment for Merkel cell skin cancer for 4 years. The singer was hospitalized at least twice in the year before his death. In September 2022, he was briefly hospitalized for then unspecified health issues. He postponed 3 concerts and canceled 2 others on his Life on the Flip Side Redux tour. A statement on his website reads, "Jimmy will need to refrain from touring for the rest of the year on doctor's orders. He must take this time to heal. Jimmy looks forward to getting back on the stage next year." He did just that on his second Win tour, which began in February of 2023. However, in May, he abruptly postponed a show in Charleston, South Carolina 2 days before the scheduled date. Announcing the news on social media, Buffett wrote, "I had to stop in Boston for a checkup, but wound up back in the hospital to address some issues that needed immediate attention. Growing old is not for sissies." His final appearance on stage in Rhode Island in early July was a surprise. The barefoot performer played half a dozen songs at the McAnally concert. McAnally is a longtime member of the Coral Reefer band. In 1977, Buffett married Jane Slagsvold. Together they had 2 daughters, Savannah and Sarah, and 1 son, Cameron. Jane was Buffett's second wife. He had previously been married to Margie Washencheck from 1969 to 1972. Buffett had a home in Palm Beach, Florida, where he was an avid sailor and pilot, and an outspoken environmental activist. His Florida ties and environmental passion collided with scientists named a newly discovered crustacean after him, the tiny Geonophia jimmybuffetti, in habitat at the Florida Keys. Jimmy Buffett's top 5 songs are: number 1, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. Very surprising that Margaritaville is not number 1. But anyway, number 1 is 5 O'Clock Somewhere with Alan Jackson. Number 2 is Margaritaville. Number 3 is Come Monday. Number 4 is Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die. Number 5 is Cheeseburger in Paradise. Thank you for listening. You can check out all the full biography of Jimmy Buffett and other artists that we've previously done at shopmelody.com. Make sure to click that subscribe button so you know when an episode comes out. Share with your friends and enjoy a margarita in celebration of Jimmy. Go check out shopmelody.com and purchase gear, and make sure you like us on social media at the Melody Podcast. At the Melody Pod. I cannot talk. I will see you next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the Melody Podcast. See you next time.